this is Sabina at Cross Keys Crafts. Today I would like to show you how to make this quick and easy Easter card, and you can really make these last minute because you can bulk make those. So what I used for that is some things that I bought only yesterday. One lot was from ASDA. They have got these felt flowers and bees, and you really get a lot there. I don't know if you can see, quite a few bees. I reckon they're about 10, and yeah, probably 10 to 12 flowers. It doesn't say on the pack, but they're only £1. I also bought these felt carrots and eggs. So again, you see you get quite a lot, so I'll be using these for the next card I'm going to show you. And I also bought these Easter stickers. They're puffy stickers, and I think they're really cute, especially with the bunnies. The other thing I'm going to use, which I only bought yesterday, I'll just get this out of the way, is this paper from B&M. It was only £1.99, 32 sheets, 210 GSM. And the important thing is about this is a one-sided sheet, so it's got a white core, and that's important for the method I'm going to show you today. The colours are not really as they show here. Just to show you quickly, because I'm not doing separate hauls. So there is a really dark blue, almost purple, a dark green, then there is this dark orange, there's a yellow, and sorry, this is a lighter orange actually than the one on the top here. This is the one I used for the card here. I also want to quickly show you, but I'm not using that in this video, I also bought a B&M yesterday for £2. See, these 32 sheets Easter pastel card. That's again 210 GSM. I'm not quite sure the quality is, I haven't unpacked it yet, but if you want to have a look in the Easter section, that might be worth getting. So what I've done with the cardstock is I've run it through my embossing folders. I did various ones that sort of, I'd say Easter themed in a way, so patterns I get away with for Easter cards. So I've got this sort of whirly floral. I chose these dots here, then you've seen the circles, and I've also used some hearts. And what I've done, and you can see this here, I'm going to demonstrate in a moment. After embossing these, by the way, always mist your cardstock before you send it through. I just misted it on the back, on the white, because I wasn't quite sure. It is a shiny finish, so I wasn't quite sure how much water it would actually absorb on the front. But if you mist your cardstock before you run it through the embossing folder, you make sure you don't have any cracks in it. So, and when you've run it through, all you need to do is you take either an emery board or some sandpaper, and you just sand it lightly on the top, and I'm going to show you here. So just keep it flat, don't go into the grooves like that, just keep it flat and just rub over it, and it will catch on the edges. And if you've got smaller motifs like these, you reveal more. If you've got bigger pieces, you will only get the edges, but it doesn't matter. It definitely adds to the overall look of this thing. And the darker the cardstock, the more obviously you will have a contrast. And you can see you catch some of the cardstock in here, so it might be worth using just a cloth and just wiping this off, especially when you change between colors, because when I did the yellow one first and then did this one, I think a bit of the yellow actually rubbed off onto the white. So you can go up and down and just see how far you want to go. Just make sure you go to the edges as well. Let me just turn this over. And I'm happy with this. It's not completely done, but it doesn't really matter for the card. And then just as that, just take some residue off, because you don't want that to stick to your fingers. So I'm going to show you how to continue in a second after I've washed my hands. I forgot to say, After you've run these through your embossing folder, leave them to dry a little bit because you've misted them. You don't want to start rubbing over them whilst they're still a bit damp. So as I said, leave them to dry. So now I've got a piece of white cardstock. You can choose a different colour if you wanted to. I have used some hammered cardstock because I really like the look of that. Anything is fine, but ideally you've got the same thickness as your other card because you don't want them to be two different levels on the cardstock. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this at a diagonal. You can cut this at a straight angle if you want to, but I find it gives more interest if I cut them at an angle. And I'm just eyeballing this, and I'm doing to do this off screen now, so just about from there to there. So maybe this length here is the same one, and I'm just doing it across there in my guillotine. So I forgot to say this is almost 6 by 4 inches, so I cut the cardstock down a bit beforehand, but I'm going to trim it anyway afterwards before I put it onto the cardstock, under the card base. So this one gives you actually a twofer because you use now this piece of white cardstock and this coloured piece, and then you've got these two pieces for another card. So what I also have done, I have cut some strips of pattern cardstock. I chose a cardstock that's not too busy. Again, it's preference. You could have a plain piece of cardstock. I wouldn't have chosen anything sort of too flowery as I've got here on the back. So I just wanted this to sort of tame the whole thing down a bit. And I went with a green theme because it was quite tricky to match that orange or even the other yellow. The yellow is a bit sort of a egg yolk one, and this is a duller orange, so it was a bit tricky to find something, so I thought I'd just go for something completely different. And the main purpose of this is to cover the seam. You don't have to do this, but I think if I just show you the card again here, it also gives a nice base for any embellishment that you put here. So all you need to do now is, and again, you can see you can cut different thicknesses, that's up to you. All you need to do is you just glue this down on here, leave it to dry, and then you cut off the edges here, and I'm going to show you how that looks. Okay, so I have glued this all down and snipped off the edges. By the way, apologies if you hear any loud noises. We've got stock take day today on the 1st of April, and my fiance is moving some barrels in the cellar. So all that's left to do now is to decorate the card. I have got this little sentiment here. I stamped that weeks ago for another Easter card project, and I just cut this out with an oval die so I can use that. Because I used hammered cardstock on this, it wasn't actually too easy to stamp on the actual cardstock here, so this is a bit gappy, but I don't mind too much. Oh, by the way, one thing I forgot to mention here, with these flowers, I just took out the middle pieces and just swapped them around. I thought this was quite nice. So yeah, because I've got orange up here, I decided to use these carrots, and all I'm going to do now is to glue these down. I could pop this one up. I'll probably put this up on foam tape actually, because these got a bit of dimension, and I just glue these down with my collal glue, and then put this on the card base, and that's more or less it. And this is why it's so easy to bulk make these, because you don't need to do a lot to these. The shapes and motifs do everything for you, and I think I'll do a few more and show you them in a moment. So I made one more card using the puffy stickers here. I found some really cute sheep and some chicks, so I used them. And I also wanted to show you, you don't have to have the white bit at the bottom. You can have it on the top and put the decorations at the bottom. But because this is so busy with the motif of the embossing folder, try not to overdo it and put too much on it. That's why I just set the little sheep down here, little butterfly and the little chick looking down at the sheep. Another little tip, when you put these puffy stickers on, press them down thoroughly. I advise you not to use any glue on these because they're made of plastic. I think the acrylic glue would actually dissolve them. So, and as a little solution for the top, I did not want to put a green bit here on the top because I thought this would have been too busy then. So I just cut a white flower, it's a bit like a flower shape. I've got this nesting die, and I just stamped the Happy Easter on that. So it's not too much in the face, but it's still a nice embellishment and sort of draws the whole view or side just around in a half circle there. So I think this is quite nice as well. And as you can see, they're really, really easy to make, except for the first bit with the embossing folder. You don't have to use embossing folder like that, but I think it just gives interest to it and makes it look a bit more, well, like a proper artist handmade card. But yeah, and I think it's also a craft that you can easily do with children. So if you do the cutting part, they can just glue and embellish these, glue on these embellishments and just, yeah, stick these down. If you like these cards, you might want to give me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of what I'm creating, you might want to subscribe to my channel. I'd be very happy about that, and I'll see you soon with another video.